As the world around you begins to slow, I invite you to do the same. Let your shoulders relax, unclench your jaw, take in a slow breath through your nose, and let it gently leave through your mouth. You are safe, warm, and here, in this quiet place of rest and soft reflection. Tonight, I'll tell you the story of a day, long ago, in the hush of a Byzantine convent. Far from the clamor of cities and battles, beyond the palace walls and bustling trade routes, there were quiet places where women lived, prayed, and worked, in rhythms older than memory. So come with me gently now as we step into the stillness of a day in the life of a Byzantine nun. The sun has not yet risen over the domed churches and tiled rooftops of the empire. In the hills outside the city of Constantinople, a small convent rests in the hush of early morning. The air is cool, scented faintly with olive trees and stone. Inside thick walls of sun-dried brick and pale limestone, a group of women begin to stir. The bell, simple and iron, chimes softly in the cloister. It's not loud, just enough to rouse the sleeping sisters. One by one, in silence, they rise from straw-stuffed mattresses wrapped in linen, their woolen blankets folded neatly. There is no speaking, only quiet footsteps on worn stone floors, and the soft rustle of linen veils and dark robes. They dress simply, slipping into their habits, long garments of undyed wool wrapped with a sash at the waist. Their heads are covered with white coifs and dark veils. No mirrors here. No jewels. No vanity. Only the quiet breath of devotion and the first prayers of the morning. Byzantine historical realism, soft diffused light, gentle warm tones, cinematic detail. A pre-dawn Byzantine convent nestled in the hills outside Constantinople. Olive trees in the distance. Stone buildings with arched windows, weathered walls, and domed roofs. Inside, women in simple woolen robes and veils rise silently from plain wooden beds in a small, candle-lit dormitory. The air is still and peaceful. Pale linen and folded blankets visible, golden candlelight casting soft shadows. Before breakfast, there is prayer. Always prayer. In the small chapel at the heart of the convent, the sisters gather. Stone walls hold the cool of night, and their breath clouds gently in the flickering candlelight. The icons glimmer gold, painted saints watching in quietude. Their faces are solemn, timeless. A single oil lamp burns before the Virgin Mary. The prayers are whispered in Greek. Familiar, slow, melodic like a lullaby. There is no rush. The world outside can wait. Here, the sacred hours unfold in their own gentle rhythm. The abbess, a soft-spoken elder named Euphemia, stands with a cane. She wears the same dark robes, though her veil is edged in faint gold. She has lived here for 40 years. And in that time, not much has changed. Byzantine interior, muted golden hues, atmospheric interior of a small Byzantine convent chapel before sunrise. Stone arches, small stained glass window letting in faint light. Rows of veiled nuns stand in silence, faces lit by candlelight. Gold-leafed icons of saints line the walls, painted with traditional Byzantine style, long noses, almond eyes, solemn expressions. One elderly abbess stands at the front, holding a wooden cane. Oil lamps flicker, casting halos on the icon panels. After prayers, the sisters move quietly to the refectory. The tables are wooden and bare. Meals are taken in silence. Today's breakfast is simple: a crust of barley bread, a small bowl of olives, a spoonful of honey, and water drawn from the stone well outside. On feast days there may be cheese or dried fruit. But today is an ordinary day, and they prefer it that way. After breakfast, work begins. Each sister has her role. Some tend the gardens, kneeling among rows of herbs and vegetables. Sage, dill, garlic, and lentils, all nurtured by careful hands. Others spin flax or wool, turning the threads into cloth on wooden spindles. One younger sister copies sacred texts by hand, ink carefully dabbed onto parchment with a feather quill. And others sweep floors, wash robes, mend sandals. No task is too small. All are done with devotion. Lush medieval realism, midday sun, fine detail in fabrics and foliage scene of a Byzantine convent courtyard during daytime. Nuns are engaged in quiet labor. One tends a herb garden with rosemary and lavender. Another spins wool with a spindle. One sits on a stone bench copying a manuscript with ink and feather quill. Stone walls with creeping vines, clay pots, and wooden laundry lines. All wear dark veils and simple robes. The mood is tranquil and pastoral. By midday, the bell sounds again, just once. It is time for the 6th-hour prayers. The sisters return to the chapel, the same quiet rhythm of steps and breath. More psalms, more hymns. Soft voices echo in the stone hall. Afterward, the afternoon continues with rest and reading. Some sit in the shade of the cloister arches, fingers turning the pages of old psalters. Others rest quietly in their rooms. Naps are encouraged. Silence is sacred. Outside the walls, the world bustles. Markets shout, soldiers march, ships sail. But inside, the day drifts gently like a leaf on still water. Dreamlike realism, soft pastel tones, ambient light. A shaded cloister of a Byzantine convent. Nuns sit on stone benches beneath archways, quietly reading from aged manuscripts. Vines hang from the arches. The stone is warm and dappled by afternoon light. One nun naps in the background, another meditates with closed eyes. A sense of deep peace and timeless stillness pervades. Some of the older sisters are embroiderers. They create altar cloths, vestments, and banners for nearby churches. With steady fingers, they stitch crosses, vines, and birds into silk. Each stitch is a prayer, each thread a gift to the divine. They speak little, perhaps a soft word or two about a color or pattern. But mostly, there is silence. The only sound is the quiet pull of thread through fabric. In the apothecary room, Sister Zoe prepares ointments. She mixes beeswax with lavender oil, stirs in thyme and honey. These balms help sore joints and winter coughs. The recipes are handed down from nun to nun, like treasured psalms. Intimate medieval realism, rich textures, natural lighting. A Byzantine embroidery room inside a convent. Elderly nuns sit at low tables stitching silk with golden and red thread. Crosses and vines embroidered with precision. Nearby, a small apothecary table with ceramic bowls and glass jars, herbs, beeswax, and flowers laid out. Wooden shelves hold cloth rolls and baskets of thread. The light is soft and natural from a small arched window. As the sun begins its descent, the shadows in the convent grow longer. Evening prayers are held before supper, a little more solemn now. The sisters sing softly, voices mingling like the wind through cypress trees. It is the 9th hour. The day is winding down. Tonight's meal is lentil stew, shared with warm bread and a handful of figs. They eat slowly, without words, chewing in quiet reflection. Some stare out the windows at the shifting pink sky. After the meal, there is a gentle walk through the garden. They breathe in the scent of mint and basil. The bees have gone to sleep. The sky is lavender and gold. Tranquil landscape realism, sunset lighting, painterly mood. The garden of a Byzantine convent at sunset. Nuns walk slowly among flowering herbs, cloaks fluttering gently. Olive trees and cypress in the background. A soft golden sky fading to lavender. Bees disappear into hives. A small fountain trickles. Faces are calm and reflective. Milky Way night falls gently. The bell rings one final time. It is time for the last prayers, Compline. This is the hour of rest, of stillness, of closing the day. Candles are lit one by one. The sisters sing a final hymn, their voices fading into hush. Then, quietly, they return to their dormitory. The air is cooler now. The sky dark. They undress, fold their veils, slip into bed. Some clutch small crosses. Others whisper one last prayer. And then, silence. Only the sounds of distant crickets. The creak of wood. The slow breathing of women, resting after a day of simple, sacred living. The convent sleeps. Nocturnal realism, candlelit atmosphere, soft shadows. Interior of a Byzantine convent dormitory at night. Nuns lie in simple beds, sleeping peacefully. A few candles remain lit, casting a warm golden glow. One nun clutches a wooden cross in sleep. Pale linen, wool blankets, stone walls. A small arched window shows a starry sky outside. Complete serenity. And so the day comes to a close. You've walked the stone halls. You've knelt in candlelight. You've heard the silence of prayer and the hush of sacred labor. Let your mind rest now as they rest. Let your thoughts become soft and slow, like pages turning in an old book. There's nothing more you need to do tonight. Just breathe gently now and drift into dreams. Good night.